WeatherWords is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day to everyone for the moment. We'll get back to that in just a little bit. But if we go back to Monday when I spoke to you last, Monday and Tuesday were almost carbon copies of each other. Both days started at 48. Both days got to 76. They were absolutely beautiful days. You could do anything you wanted to outside. And then yesterday, believe it or not, started at 48 once again. But as you stepped outside as the day went on, you felt the humidity going up and up and up. We got to 81, and by afternoon, you knew it was 81 as your clothes started saying, Well, anyway, we had last night, actually I should say very early this morning, the warm front came through. I'm laying in bed, the cats are there, and the cats stand up and look out the window, and I said, what's going on? And then I started hearing in the long distance, the thunder. I said, okay, it's finally coming. Theoretically, that's today's precipitation. But I do mine from when I take my readings between 4:30 and 5 in the morning to 4:30 and 5 in the morning the next day. Okay, well anyway, I figured, I think I'm going to get up and I'm going to do all the outside animals before I get soaked. And boy, am I glad I did. Because once the heavens opened up, boy, did they. It poured, okay? But before it ever got here, it sounded like thunder over there, and thunder back here, and thunder over in this direction. I said, this is weird. And then it got to the point that you thought headlights were shining through your windows and everything else. And there was a light show this morning, if you got up early enough, that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. No matter where you looked, there was lightning, and then there was thunder. And the good thing about it, there wasn't any wind, so you didn't have to worry about trying to grab everything. That's going to be different this afternoon. Now, right now, it's very comfortable out here. In fact, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. But that was the warm front that passed by. The winds are now coming from the south. What that's going to mean is the humidity's going to go up all day long. By this afternoon, the dew point's going to be upper 60s to maybe the low 70s. There's a weather saying for that. Air you can wear. You're going to step outside and say, oh my God, it's going to feel like I can't even move and I'm sweating and it's going to get nasty. Okay. They actually updated the Torcon on the Weather Channel this morning to actually put a 3 over us in this area of New York State, which is better than a couple other places where it's a 4. That's the measurement or the idea of what are your chances of getting a tornado. Because we're going to have the cold front come in. So we're going to have winds first from the south. Then the cold front's going to come in with winds from the north and northwest. The two things are going to mix with each other, and let's just hope we don't get that horrible spiraling thing that have been affecting a bunch of the nation right now. Anyway, it is going to get windy regardless. So again, don't put things back outside you may have picked up yesterday thinking, okay, it's safe to put it out, because it's not going to be. Now, between all the downpours this morning, usually I take my weather reading and the precipitation, but it was pouring like crazy. So I waited until it was only light rain, ran out with my umbrella, took my precipitation reading, and at that point it was 0.8. It really stopped raining here a little after 6 this morning. So I went out and did it again. So really the morning's warm front was 1.2 inches of rain. So it did rain a whole lot. We're liable to get the same thing this afternoon. Now, probably not until like 4:35 and going into early evening, maybe 8 or 9. And then another little batch after that, maybe about 11. And then it's going to clear up, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the sun's going to come out. But let me tell you something about Saturday. This may not be enough. We're not even going to get out of the 50s for our high. So, I mean, here it is halfway through June, and you're going to say, maybe I better put on a zip-up sweatshirt or do something because it's going to be cold out here. Your furnaces are going to turn on. You don't need your air conditioning. Sunday will be a little bit better, put it back in the 60s, and then we'll get back into the 70s for next week. So that 1.2 inches of rain on top of what we already have actually give us not quite 4 inches of rain for this month. Normal's about 5.3 now with our new averages. Are we going to make it? I'm almost certain, because guess what starts happening Tuesday night? Showers. Guess what happens Wednesday? Thunderstorms. I mean, again, we're in a pattern that's going to stay put, because down south, there's a great big huge high that's sitting there. The jet stream cannot seem to push that out of the way, and nothing's driving it, so it's going up, over, and down. Why are we going to get so cold on Saturday? Because that jet stream's going to put an S shape with the low part over us. Cold air from Canada is going to come down. If you looked at what's happening out west, it's terrible. Midwest, out west, imagine your daytime highs of 108 and 109 and 106, and they're going to keep that probably for the next 10 days. They had some tornadoes and straight line winds, and a bunch of those states have no power right now. So imagine the inside of your house being 90, the outside of your house being 108, and you tell me how to get comfortable, because I don't know what that's like and I never want to see it. So that's not coming. Right now the Northeast is still on the cold side. Believe it or not, the far west, they're still skiing from that late snow. But if you tuned on the news this morning, it looks like maybe Yellowstone National Park might be closed for the entire summer because of all the damage, because that late snow all melted along with the heavy rain, and the Yellowstone River flooded greater than what they have any records of, and washed away people's houses and everything, washed away the bridges across and everything else. So there's one of our national parks that's going to have major repairs, and it's closed indefinitely, so that's not so good either. There goes the tourism industry out there. You know, weather, believe it or not, is the controlling factor of everything. Too wet, too dry, too windy, not enough. I mean, whatever it is, it controls our lives. That's why I still do this after all this time. I mean, this is my 26th year of doing it for the Weather Service, and I'll continue doing it.
To
as long as I
subscribe,
can.
advertise,
So I
or
will speak
sponsor
to
Weather
everybody
Words with Frank
again
Ward, call
on Monday.
607 464 4009.